Now we're streaming on Facebook.
Live.
We are live on Facebook. And today, well, oh, wow, we're live everywhere. All right. So as people are dropping in, we've got people, I'm sure, from all over the US and the world from last I checked. And we are now streaming on Facebook. And we're streaming on just Facebook and Zoom. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, everyone. You're sunny Colorado. We're in California here. We're in Southern California. I'm in Riverside, California. Steven.
I'm in South. I am south of you. I am in Laguna Beach, California. Hello from Pittsburgh. Hi, Amy. Tracy from Temecula. Good morning.
We're almost neighbors.
Good morning. Yes, we are. Hi, Maryland. Kat Keller from Maryland. Hi, Amy. Santa Monica. I'll be up there in a couple weeks. Patty. Hello, hello.
All right, we're getting anyone from Pennsylvania. No, I'm just kidding.
Austin.
Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin.
Florida. Yeah. Georgia.
I'm joking.
No, you're not. Long Island, Fairfield. Hi, Deanna. Welcome, welcome.
All right.
David from Portland. Rick from Vienna. Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
All right, great. So for those of you who don't, haven't met me or haven't seen our webinars here, my name is Wesley Rocha. I'm the founder and CEO of LinkU. LinkU is an automated follow-up platform geared to keeping in touch with people through social media and your traditional channels, text message, emails, things like that. I'm here with a dear friend of mine, Steven Groders.
Thank you for pronouncing that correctly, Mr. Wesley. How are you?
No problem. And Steven, well, I'll let him tell a little bit about himself. You got 15 seconds. No, I'm just kidding.
15 seconds. I am the co-host of Follow Up Genius, and Wesley is the host. That's all about me. It's actually all about you today, Wesley, and what we're going to do with social media, how to stay top of mind.
Steven's ran some teams. They've been responsible for over 300 so transactions, 900 total if you count referrals that source from them. And he's helped, if you guys remember the other week when we did the millionaire, to be a millionaire agent training, we did a training teaching agents how to build their businesses to sell a home a week. So that was something that we did together. And that was a fun event that we had. What was that? Gosh, last week.
Last week
already been a week. And today what we are talking about is Facebook personal page versus business page, and the 5 problems that people have in not just using it or not being unsure about, hey, should I be using my personal page? How should I use it? Or here are the problems I have with that. Here are the problems I have with my business page. So we're going to be really focusing on that, and then some of the solutions to it to help you determine how can you actually generate business organically through Facebook. And if you've been trying and it hasn't been working, what is more likely the problem or challenge that is causing those lack of results. So that's what we're going to do. First question, that kind of inspired this training was, I think it was like a week or 2 ago, I had seen a post in LabCoatAgents talking about, hey, do you guys use your personal Facebook page? Like, do you add clients to your personal Facebook page? There's always talk about, do you add your clients to your personal Facebook page? When do you add them? Do you add prospects to your personal Facebook page? Is that appropriate? Is it not appropriate? All these different things. People want to know, what the heck is the difference between a personal page and a business page? Should I be, because you guys probably see all as well, some agents use their personal page basically as their business page, and some agents don't. Some of you are more private, some of you are more public. It just really depends. We're going to cover all of that here today with, and Steven had a cool story, which we'll talk about in a minute, of a friend of his who posted on their Facebook page, and how he was able to generate results without spending any money. But again, that depends on how you're using your Facebook personal page and how you're using your business page. So if you have questions along the way, please do post them in the chat. We're also watching on the Facebook Live. So if you're on the Facebook Live, post them there, and then they'll send them over here so we can see them. So the number one question, personal versus business page. What's the difference? Well, I'll explain the difference real quick. Personal page obviously is your Facebook personal page. Everybody needs a personal page to even be on Facebook, right? And then your business page. The business page is your business page, right? That's the one you create. You can have as many as you want. They're linked to your personal page, so you can control them, but they're supposed to be used for business. You're technically not supposed to use your personal page to do like advertising or business stuff, or you could get shut down, right? They could suspend your account. But
thrown in Facebook jail.
There you go, or go to Facebook jail, right? So there's a lot of different things there, and you're wondering, well, I don't want to get in trouble. So what's the best way to do it? Well, Steven, question.
There's a lot of different ways to do it, you know, right? I actually saw a similar post this morning about the same thing. And if you strategically make posts, like, are you going to go over the cleaning lady? You're going to share the
not today.
lady?
No.
You're not going to share that today, because that's probably one of the most genuine, unique ways to let people know what you do for a living without saying what you do for a living, right? I had a good friend of mine yesterday, actually it was on Monday, says like, hey, I got this amazing off-market property. I'm about to put it on Facebook. What do you think? Just listed or coming soon? What would you rather see? I'm like, dude, no. Why don't we do something like this? Why don't we tell the story? Have you ever considered purchasing a duplex and having someone else pay the mortgage payment for you?
And then stop right there. That's going to leave that as a cliffhanger. Right? I leave it as a cliffhanger, because what ended up happening with that post, I think you guys are going to really be surprised with. But before we even got to that, this agent, he has how many friends on his Facebook page?
Like 5,000, 4,000, like mid 4,000s, mid 5,000s.
Right. So clearly they're not all past clients.
No.
And so I'm guessing these are just people maybe he's met, or maybe friend requested him and they're like prospects.
So here's the deal. Like, this dude, he like knows everybody. Like, he knows everybody. But really what the tipping point for him was, and I don't think I shared this with you, like 2 months ago, he's like, all right, one of my volleyball friends bought a house from somebody else.
Okay.
What am I doing wrong? And then we started working together. Like, you got to do this, 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 and this. And since he's been listening and doing that, obviously he's made great strides, and you know that. He just had the opportunity on off-market property. He just changed his vocabulary a little bit, and it literally blew up his message box.
Well, that's the cliffhanger. So remember, you'll always hear me say this: never go watch a movie with Steven, because he'll ruin it. I haven't yet to see a movie with Steven, but I already know I'm never going to do it.
Dude, I didn't know like that was the out, because I know the actual outcome is something totally different. However, I'm not going to say it. I'll wait.
So what I was going to ask you was, when it came to building his personal page to build up those friends, you mentioned something about his volleyball. So what did he do? Did he start going out and making sure he added everyone he knew on his Facebook page? Whereas before,
he already had those type of friends. What he did is he went from basically just showing, photos about him and his puppy, to like talking about his neighborhood, telling what's going on in the neighborhood. He's talking about what his kids are doing for after school activities while they're doing COVID. I mean, he really changed his mindset when it came to utilizing his Facebook platform. And that's really what it boiled down to.
Makes sense. And we're going to go deeper into that. And we're going to go deeper into the posts and that kind of stuff as well. So first, I'd like to know who in here use it. And what he's doing is he's using his personal page as a hybrid. He's using it as his personal page, right? He's still, I'm sure, posting pictures of him with his puppy or whatever it is, right? Doing things, but he's also mixing in other things about the neighborhood, things about real estate, the market, or whatever it may be, right? So it's a mix of things. It's not just all personal and it's not all business. Who here is utilizing Facebook in a hybrid method? And maybe just do this in the chat. Just say you're using it hybrid, meaning or both. You're using it for personal only, or you use it primarily for your business.
Hybrid. There's a hybrid. Hybrid. Personal.
Excellent,
hybrid.
Excellent.
Personal only.
And is anyone
hybrid.
Struggling with the the fact hybrid. Of this is hybrid. Problem number one? Is anyone struggling or getting stuck with like, I'm really hesitant to add people to my personal page because I don't want them to see I don't know who they are. What if they're strangers? Like, do you like people friend request you? You don't know who they are. Do you accept them?
Yep.
You might look at them a little bit, but a lot of people just like, nope, funny. I don't accept anybody. I don't accept anyone who friend requests me. And some people are like, accept.
we talked about that on our podcast one time, right? It's like, if you're going to friend request me, I'm going to take the time to look at who you are. I'm going to go to your personal page. I'm going to go to your business page. I'm going to first and foremost make sure you're real. And if you're real and we have some things in common, then I'll probably accept your friend request. But I don't think this is a cliffhanger, but one of the things I really, really, really like, and just, I don't know if this ever happens to you guys, but like Wesley and I just became friends last night. And he didn't even like one of my posts. He didn't even comment on my post, but he sent me all 39 business pages that he has to like. Right? Like, dude, I barely know you, but why don't you like all 39 of my different real estate business pages?
Right. That's like a take mentality, right? You
exactly.
You friend them and then you're just trying to take. So that's definitely not a good way to do it.
No.
Okay. So we have, so as far as strangers on your page, one of the things is people get scared about, well, I don't want strangers seeing my stuff, my personal stuff. So that brings us to the second issue or challenge. And that is, I don't want to see my content. Or maybe you're worried like, dude, if I had all these freaking friends on there, of all these people I don't even know, these clients, I'm not going to see the people that I know that, I want to see my closest friends and family in my newsfeed. I don't want to see like some stranger's dog or kid. I have a solution for that, which I'm going to explain in just a moment. But that's the thing. So maybe you're scared or you don't want them to see your content, or vice versa. You don't want to see their content because you don't want to overtake your newsfeed. Anyone feel that way? Is that a challenge for anyone here? I see some people, they're struggling with sharing that stuff. A lot of people are very cautious in what they post because they're like, oh, clients might see this. Well, I'm going to show you something really quick. I'll take just a few minutes. And I created a video on it, so don't worry. Like, you can always go watch it later. I just wanted to let you guys know that there is actually a way that you can organize your friends into lists. Does anyone know how to organize their friends in the list, or would like to know if they don't? And what this allows you to do is a lot of different things. So watch this. Okay, I'm gonna think this is gonna give you some really cool ideas on how you could, not only can you organize your friends, but you could choose whether you're going to see their content or not, right? Because you could be friends with someone, but you can unfollow them, and then you could just spend a block of time to solely focus on your past clients, like liking their content and commenting them, but in a block on time, doing it strategically on purpose, not having to and actually lets you be more effective, like more posts, get more exposure without having to spend time, like tons of time and hours, like just scrolling through posts, looking for stuff. All right, so I'm going to show you that real quick, and then we're going to talk about some of the other things coming up. Let me go ahead and share my screen. There we go. All right, share screen number 2. Oh, wait, let me try that again. Share screen number 2. There we go. Screen, and we are going to jump into the home page. So if you're not seeing this, you're going to go into your home page. And you can also, I believe you can do this on the app, but I'm going to just show you on the desktop to make this a little bit easy. It will be very similar, though, on the app as well. So once I'm there, you're going to see this long menu of items over here, right? And you're going to see an option called Friend Lists. That's where I want you to go. Now, once you're here, you're going to have a few different lists, right? We have restricted, close friends, acquaintances. These ones I named, a couple of these. And some of these, you know, if you didn't adjust them, you'll just have your basic list. So what I can do is I can go ahead and create a list, right? And you might call these, you know, clients. In this case, I'm going to call this maybe Accelerator Friends, right? From my Accelerator group. Then you can go ahead and start adding members, right? So you start typing their name, and then you'll start basically filtering through your friends and adding them in here. So what you may want to do is think about what groups would you want to add into your Facebook. You're going to kind of treat this almost like a CRM, and it's not a bad idea to actually take some of these people and start adding to your CRM, but that's a whole nother video. All right, so in this case, I have Accelerator Friends. Maybe you might want to divide these up into like friends and family, clients, acquaintances, networking, agents, partners, whatever it is, right? You don't have to go too crazy either. So you don't want to have necessarily have too many to manage, but if you are like actively doing reach out, for example, you're going to be sending messages to them or doing posts, and you want to have it highly organized so you can go through those friends and go through it more quickly, then the more segmented it is, the better. But again, don't overdo it, because if it's overdone, you're going to have too many groups and you'll never keep it up, and it'll be fine now, but again, it'll just get messy over time. Okay, so maybe keep it to 3 to 4 groups, no more than 5. Make sense? All right, now once you've done that and you've created your groups, you're going to see, you can see here, it's a custom list. Steve there apparently changed his photo, so interesting. And then, yeah, so now what I'm seeing is I'm seeing posts from people on my specific list. Okay, so it doesn't look like many of my clients are posting, at least not recently, or at least not so I can see, because I don't see very many posts. Now, if I wanted to manage a list, you can see there, I can edit the list of clients, right? So you can see there, I could take people out, as you can see I'm doing there, or go directly to their profile. Let me go back there, back to manage list. This here is just going to let you rename it. You can edit it. When you do edit, again, that's just letting you see who's on here. And let's see what else here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. All right. So now if I post, right, I'm going to show you something here. When I post on here, you see this option, how it says clients. Whatever I post here is only going to show to my clients on the client list, right? So if I go to a different list,
And this is probably going to change a little bit just because this is new Facebook. So I'm just going to go back to where I was so I can easily find it. Home, back to friends lists. And I'm sure they'll add some additional navigation for that. Yeah, it's probably under here, right? So if you are on the old Facebook, just FYI, you'll see it here. It's on friends lists. Same thing. All right. So anyway, now let me just go to my regular posts, okay? Because you get the idea. Depending which one I click on, basically what's going to happen is if I create a post there, you see how it changes just to close friends. And now it's just going to go to my close friends. Make sense? Now, let's say I'm just posting normal, whether you're on the app or whether you're on Facebook, it's going to have the same option. When you go to create post, you'll see there's this little drop down below your name right here where you can select who you want the post to show to. So as you can see here, when I test out posts or I'm just testing things to see how they look or how they go, I'm just going to select only me, which means only I'm going to see the post. So if you didn't know about that, that's pretty helpful here and there. But you're also going to see when I click on that, it's going to open a drop down of who I want to show. So I can show public. When I do public, what that means is anyone could see it no matter which list, including if they're my friend or not my friend, it is public. So if you're doing some business, some posts and some are somewhat businessy or, they don't really involve your kids or aren't too personal, all that kind of stuff, you may want to consider sharing that on public so that when strangers, meaning potential prospects or clients who aren't your friends want to discover you, they see some things about you. So you're going to want to make sure you have a very clean public profile. I encourage you to go check what that looks like. And in fact, that gives me an idea. I'll show you how you can view your news feed based on how it would look for someone else. So you definitely want to go look what your public looks like, because you may have stuff in there that you accidentally marked as public that you don't really mean to be as public. Make sense? Okay, so next thing, the most common is going to be friends. That's like your default, right? So whenever you post, if you post to friends, basically anyone on your friends list is going to see your post. Make sense? Then you have friends accept. So in this one, you could post to friends and then you could leave people out of the list. Make sense? So what you may do is I might put clients. Okay, so I'm going to add them. I might add acquaintances. And this is a very important part. So you definitely want to follow this one. Okay, because what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to exclude certain friends lists. This is important because if you do friends, it's going to be all your friends on Facebook, regardless of what list they're on, okay? So what you're going to end up doing is once you select this, it should be default from here on, but it's going to list so all your friends can see it except your clients or except your acquaintances. So now it gives you kind of a really easy option. Oh, I don't mind if everyone sees this. I want all my clients to see it. I want all my acquaintances to see it, however you have a list, right? If they're your friends, you're okay with them seeing it, so you're going to select friends, okay? If it's public, you're like, I'm okay with anybody seeing it, even strangers who look me up on Facebook. But friends accept are going to be maybe those more private Facebook posts, maybe more private things happening in your life that you really only want to share with your friends and family or the other friends who aren't excluded. Make sense? And also, if you invited someone to a party and they weren't invited, you can always go in there and be like, oh, accept them, except I'm not going to put Adam because I didn't invite him. So now we won't see any pics, unless of course someone else shares them and they tag you. So got to be careful with that. Then you can also share with specific friends, right? So you could share specifically with friends, specific people, and then you have your acquaintances or a specific list, right? So you can choose which specific list here. You can see my acquaintances, my clients, and my close friends. Close friends is a custom list. So again, you would go in and just add your closest friends and family. And that's pretty much it. So you can create as many of these lists as you want. When you post, you can choose who you want to see or who you don't want to see it. And then when you're going and managing your friends, that allows you to go through. And if you want to go work your clients list, right, that can be something on your calendar that you actually do to keep in touch. So you go to your clients, right? Your friends list on your clients. You go through, let's see, where I'm at. Let me go into my friends list, right? And let's say I want to keep up. I want to go to my past clients. So I'm going to go to my clients and I'm going to go through their posts and I'm going to maybe like them, right? I'm going to go like them. I'm going to go comment on them. I'm going to do whatever I can to engage with those friends or with those past clients. But now I don't have to go through get distracted by the personal posts and scroll through hundreds of posts. I can just go to that list and focus on that. And that actually counts as work time. Make sense? All right. Now, there's one other thing I want to show you, and that's how to view your Facebook page as one of these groups so you can double check it and see exactly how it looks. Okay, so now let's say you want to just double check real quick and see, okay, did I do this right? What does my profile look like to others? There's a couple things I recommend you doing. First, I do recommend you going through the settings and privacy and maybe doing a privacy checkup. The reason this is important is because you can see what data is kind of available. So let's say I say who can see what I share. You can go through this and you can basically see like what's being shared and who can have access to it. All right. And then there, again, you can adjust who and what lists and all that stuff can see those things. All right, so there's that. But what I want to show you is how you can actually view your page as public or view your page as acquaintances, just so you can double check and see how it works. So what you're going to do is you're going to actually go over, see this over to your profile name. Click on your profile name. That's going to take you right here, right, to your main page there. Yeah, this is how other people, this is how you see your page, right? So you'll see your stuff and whatnot. But if I wanted to see how other people see it, I'm going to use this little eyeball here and click View As. So you can see here, this is viewing my profile as public. Okay, so the content of my profile public. So this is, if I was just anybody, this is what I would see on my Facebook. Public. So what I may want to do is I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't really want this stuff all to be public. So I may want to go through and adjust some of these posts, right? Because I don't want these to be public. So I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup. Okay, so let's say you found some posts. You're like, I don't really want those to be on my public. So what I want to do is I want to clean up some of this, right? So I'm going to review some of those. So what you'll do is from this page here, you're going to go to your post and you're going to click on filters, okay? And then you can see here, privacy. So if I go public, okay, and I click done, it's going to show me all my public posts. So now what I can do is once I'm there, I can actually go ahead and edit the audience and I could just change it over so that it's just friends. Okay, so once I do that, there you go. And you can see this little icon here. That's how you know if it's public or friends or whatever, right? So this one's fine. I'll let that be and so forth and so on. So that's the easy, quick way to just go through and maybe change these to maybe, again, make them so they're some aren't public or some are kept more private. All right. So it looks like when it comes to updating your cover photos, those are just public. I could hide it from my timeline, but again, people still may be able to access it. So that's just something else to keep in mind. All right, so hopefully that helps. I mean, there's all kinds.
All right, so as you can tell, it's a recording. So that way the screen share would be perfect and I won't have to deal with any technical glitches. But yeah, anyway, so the idea there is you're getting an easy way to filter the content that's going out to your friends, to your clients. You can create specific stuff to your friends and clients. You can also exclude a lot of stuff from your normal feed and just go check out their stuff specifically. So you're actually able to spend your time more effectively and be seen more by engaging with their posts more often. So yeah, anyway, everyone find that helpful, hopefully? The other thing too is sometimes it's interesting when you see like, oh my God, I can't believe I left that public, and you go look at your public posts and you realize, probably shouldn't have done that, right? So now it comes to 3, right? People were concerned. If you were concerned about mixing business and personal, well, now that is your solution to doing that. Now, I know some of you are like, oh my God, that's great, but I didn't follow that. Look, they're going to have a replay of the whole webinar. We also have this specific videos on the Follow Up Genius YouTube channel. So you can find on you just look for Follow Up Genius on YouTube and you'll find that video if you want to go follow along with it. What was someone saying? Oh, is it true that Facebook's moving away from business pages? I have never heard anything like that. No. I would be very surprised if that was true. Yeah, I was going to make a joke like, yeah, when you're having like your bachelor party or bachelorette party, you're having the night with the girls, right? And you want to post that, for your friends, but you don't want your clients. Having that friends accept is cool. And have any of you use the I know we have, like, oh my God, we didn't invite so-and-so to the party, so like we post the photos, but then we like go to exclude and mark off some of the friends who weren't invited to that get together that you thought, oh yeah, if they see this, they're going to be kind of feeling left out. Anyway, so there are many ways to use your privacy filters and how you're able to filter your posts. And yes, once you have your friends list set up on the mobile app, there is a way to select which group is going to see or not see it. Finally, we still have a few more things to go, but one of the other things too, this is what I wanted to get into with Steven's story, was the mixing business and personal post. The strategic way to do that. And it's not putting, like you said, it's not putting a just listed and this and being so businessy and salesy on your page. You don't want to do that on your personal page. You don't want to do that. So I wish you had a screenshot of the post to share.
No, I don't.
But essentially, tell us now. Go ahead and tell us exactly how that post went, how he formatted it, how he laid it out. And then what kind of response that got for him?
Well, basically, we got to go back because last week talking about, he says, I have this coming up. I says, well, we want to get some organic reach on this post. Here's what you have to do. Go to like the closest 30, 40, 50 friends and engage with them. He's like, what do you mean? Like, okay, go to my page, engage, like just like you said in the video, go like and comment on some of my stuff. Right. Then what I want you to do is because where he was at, it was chilly. You remember me telling you this, like when you stop and get a cup of soup, say, yeah, I'm stopping in East Town to get a cup of soup on this cold, windy Michigan day. Right. So basically what he basically did is he talked about his local community. He also talked about the state he was in, because that's what Facebook likes, is that hyper local stuff. Right. Then a couple days later, now he's got the post about the property. And he's like, hey, I bet you didn't know that you could purchase a duplex, live in one side, rent out the other side, and have someone else pay your property off for you. If you'd like more details, direct message me at, then he literally put his business page to be direct messaged. Okay. He got literally like 4 comments and like 10 likes. And for a guy who's got like 5,000 people and friends on his Facebook page, that's nothing. Right. But he had like 30 to 40 people direct message his business. Now, what happens when we direct message his business? They go check out his business page. These people actually went and clicked on his website. Now what we did, Wes, as you well know, I don't know a lot of people if they're going to know this, but we pixeled those people.
I'm going to talk about it in a minute. Don't worry.
I'm sorry to ruin the movie.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Right?
So, yeah. So you pixeled them for the retargeting and follow-up ads, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. So if you don't know what he's talking about, I'll break that down.
It was a design strategy to get people to engage with his personal page about just different stuff.
Yeah.
Right. You notice there was not a lot of engagement on the actual real, kind of like quasi real estate post, but he got a ton of leads, basically people to direct message him. That was really funny. He's like, dude, like, what do I do with all the leads? Like, why don't you put them in DRM? That's what you have those for. It's like, oh, my bad. I'll talk to you later. He actually set up 3 or 4 showings for it. I'm not exactly sure. I'll talk to him on Friday. I talked to him Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays to see exactly what's going on. But based on that, that's a ton of activity. He didn't spend any money on it. It was all organic.
Exactly.
Right. So he basically, instead of, hey, investors, he told the story to someone that it can relate to them. Right. Basically, it connected all the dots. Right. Oh, I didn't know I could purchase a house and have someone pay it off. Oh,
right. So when you're posting on Facebook, connect the dots for them.
Yeah. In another post, couple posts prior to him saying that, he's like, hey, friends of mine who are homeowners, I don't know if you know this, but you can get a 30-year fixed rate under 2%. If you'd like to know more information, he drove more people to his inbox, and basically what he was doing is referring his banker out at that point in time.
Right. So a couple lessons from that is when you're posting on social media, what you're going to want to do is, instead of just saying, hey, I've got a great investment property and it's a duplex, but who does that appeal to? It just appeals to investors who know what to do with the duplex property. You can get more people involved by kind of, what he did was post the use cases. He made it more interesting. He put some a curiosity factor. Hey, who would like this? Right. We were talking the other day in our training yesterday about who would like to have a vacation home for free?
Not me.
In your favorite place. Right. And those are things that are basically things that create conversation, create curiosity, and people to engage. It's also, again, when you're posting, you are skirting the line of business and personal. So hybrid works really great because people are getting to know you, right, through your personal posts, and just like your family, you're a person, right? This is a human to human business. And then, but you're also strategically, helping those people and bringing up opportunities, because you don't know who has money or who might be sitting on just got an inheritance and is looking for a smart way to invest their money, or you just never know unless you're keeping in touch with them.
Or what about the first-time home buyer who, they met with a banker, says, hey, you can afford $2,200 a month. And they're like, no, I can barely afford $1,700 I'm paying for rent. Now that person that individual's become a player, because it's that story they can relate. Like, wow, I didn't know that. Right. We as real estate professionals, you have to be the educator today. You basically, like, boy, I wish we had time to do the value journey, because it's so very relevant, especially with social media. The better you get at telling stories, the more relevant you're going to become. Right. I wish I actually had that post, because he hit on so many different levels that connected the dots to a consumer.
Right.
We talk in acronyms all day because we understand it. When you say FHA to someone, 9 out of 10 times they have no clue what you're talking about. Or we as real estate professionals, most of us know it's the Federal Housing Administration, right? VA, Veterans Administration.
Right.
So it's your vocabulary and the dexterity that you put into that vocabulary that sets you apart.
Right.
Nobody gives two woodens about just listed, just sold. They just don't anymore, right? We like it because it makes us feel good. But at the end of the day, our consumers, they really could give 2 wooden nickels less. I have a good of mine. I want to read this.
Well, I'm running out of time, and I have still three more topics to cover. So the question someone had, how do you DM someone on your business page? I went ahead and put an example link in there. Everyone has this like short link to direct message your business page. I put the one that we're using that you can use for our company. It's m.me/your business URL. Assuming you have a short URL, you can use that. Now when it comes to business pages, right? Some of you are using business pages, but you're having you have challenges with that, right? You have challenges because what the benefit of using your personal page is if you're engaging with people and you're somewhat active, more people are going to see. I can't write the link. It's in the chat though. I put it in the chat.
Copy and paste it. You can Google how to copy and paste it.
But anyway, yeah, when it comes to the business page, right? The biggest issue you have there is like nobody sees my stuff. They see it on my personal, but they don't really see it on my business page. So sometimes it feels like you're wasting your time posting stuff to your business page. Some of you say, oh, I have someone doing that stuff. But let me break down some things in case you weren't aware of one of these challenges or how these kind of work out, I guess. And let me share my screen. I've got a slide. There it is. So the organic reach on Facebook, I mean, it's almost dead. It's not completely dead, but it's almost there. So when you're posting stuff in your business page, you're like, God, would I get like 1 like? You know, well, how many people do you have following your business page? Probably not that many. And I know a lot of you are like, well, how do I get more people on my personal page to follow my business page? You know, you can invite them, and there's other little things like that. I actually have a course where I teach you some really cool stuff to do that. I can't get into it here. But look at that. Look at how that organic reach is just almost non-existent. What that means is that for every, let's say you have 500 people, not even, let's say 200 people, that's more average. 200 people actually like or follow your page. When you're posting on your business page, of those 200, maybe 15 to 20 people will see that post 1 time.
You know, Wes, if agents spent more time focusing on engagement on their business page than they did chasing followers and likes, that's how they'll grow their business likes organically. You know, when you can give people content of value, educate them for free, right? That's when you actually become top of mind.
Yeah, right? Well, the issue though,
that's what people
Steven,
are looking for.
With that is let's say they are creating content, and let's say they are creating videos. The end result is you can do that all you want, and unless you're doing it like at a super high level and very consistently, the organic reach is going to be capped.
Oh yeah, on your business page for sure.
It's just going to be capped, right? So then you put some of that, you put on your personal page and stuff like that. So you're asking, well, how do I leverage my? That's great. You know, if I could do that on my personal page, I can only do so much. But how do I leverage this? How do I go bigger? Because the biggest problem next is this is problem number 5. Is on your business page, you're limited to the people who like your business page. So when you post it, yeah, not only are you going to get like 15 to 20 people to see it, on top of that, you're limited to, they're only going to see it once, and you're limited to how many. These are just insights. I'm not going to probably get into this right now. This is just showing you, you know, if you put a little bit of money behind your post, see how the reach and the engagement just like freaking shoots up. The only issue there, which I'm going to cover, is, well, who do I boost and post it to? Well, I'm going to cover that in a second. The other issue that you have with your Facebook content on your business page or even on your personal pages, it doesn't last very long, right? So it only lasts for, the average lifespan is 30 minutes. So what do you do with that? Well, you remember earlier, Stephen had mentioned something very interesting. He had mentioned pixeling. And that's what I'm going to talk about real quick, to wrap up, is how do you take this content? Now, I told you what you can do on your personal page, right? But that requires you to be consistent. There is another way. I still recommend you do those, but there's another way to expand beyond your Facebook friends, to expand beyond your business page followers. And that is to use the pixel. That is to use something called follow-up ads, custom audiences, things like that. So if you're able to basically utilize that content without having to do all the extra work, you could do that using the follow-up ads. So you may have heard of this. It's also called retargeting. And basically what retargeting allows you to do is it allows you to target people who have engaged with your brand in some way, website visitors, stuff like that. And then your ads, right? They're basically posts. So imagine you're just creating a post on your Facebook page, but putting a little bit of money behind it so that they appear on their news feed. They appear even on the right column. They appear on their mobile device. They appear on Instagram. It goes beyond just the face. Normally you have to go get an Instagram page and you have to create a whole nother presence over there and create Instagram posts and photos and this and that, whatever. And it's like, and then you got to get people to follow you on your page. It's like, look, I know some of you are doing that and you're doing it very well, but I know the majority of us, it's like, I don't have time for another platform. I don't have time to keep my Instagram page. Some of you are like, I have no idea how to even download Instagram or use an Instagram, or I tried it once and it's too confusing, whatever. Same thing with Facebook in a way, right? You're like, yeah, I mean, I use it, but I'm not really on there very much. It would be nice if I can get credit for using Facebook, right? As seem as if I'm on there all the time, but I didn't actually have to be. And you can actually do that by using these, an evergreen strategy to keep your ads, to keep your posts. So yeah, you could do a post like this, like a branded post, sure. But you can also do some of like the posts that Stephen talked about. You can also do things more organic, and I'll show you a couple examples. But yeah, you can show up in all these different places. You can show up in articles and messages and all that. And then on top of that, you're going way beyond your Facebook page followers. So now you're breaking through. If you only have 100 followers and you're spending a lot of time doing that, I mean, what are you doing? Like, I hope you're not spending more than like 15 minutes on your Facebook page. And then if you think about the time it's going to take to build followers, oh my gosh, it's just going to take forever, and it's going to take some work. So that's why we go to this. Let's just use these pixel audiences. It's way faster. What is a pixeled audience? Well, it's when someone views your website or your product or page, or they click. Remember, Stephen said he had his friend, he clicked on the messenger link. Well, once you click on the messenger link, or once you go to the business page, you're in an audience. You can be. And now you can run ads to those people, even if they didn't fill out a form, or even if they didn't comment. Maybe if they just liked your post, or they just clicked on your business page, or any of that. Even the people who message you, they can all be captured. So now you're not just, those people normally just come in, leave, and they're never to be seen again. But now you're actually capturing them somewhere. You're putting them in an audience of some kind.
I think those are the best.
Feeling the leaky bucket.
Well, I call those the best leads out there, because I don't have to chase them. I don't have to scrub and verify their email address, their name, their phone number, all of that. My soft retargeting follow-up messages are going to do all of the work for me. So when that consumer is ready to make a decision when it comes to purchasing real estate or selling it, you're going to be top of mind.
Yeah, it's like a nurture strategy. It's almost like farming.
Strategy.
It's almost like farming, but you're not farming a neighborhood. You're actually just nurturing the people who have engaged with your brand. Then on top of that, I don't know if I've been sharing my screen this whole time or not. I don't think
Nope.
I was, right?
Yeah, now.
I am now. Catch up. So yeah, I have a couple of screenshots I'll share with you. Let's see. We got the lifespan. So you guys saw the organic. You saw the lifespan. And then this was did you guys see this or no? Steven?
No.
Okay. Yeah, this was just kind of some graphics put together. You're on the news feed. You're on the right column, right? You got on the mobile. You're on the Instagram. And these are just some sample, like what that looks like, right? When you're on those places. And then with the pixel audience I was talking about, if they come to your website, they're pixeled, right? You capture lost traffic. So people who normally just bounce off, you're actually putting them in an audience, sealing up that leaky bucket, I call it. And the other thing too is you could do the same thing, even if they never visit. People are like, well, how do I get in front of the people who are on my friends list or people on my database or whatever? How do we do that? Do I have to get them to click on something? Do I have to get them to click? That's never going to happen. It's going to be too hard. There's another way. You can actually just upload their contacts and Facebook will match them up. Like, oh, does this based on their phone number, their email, or their name, whatever information you have, it'll actually try to match them up and find to see if there's a Facebook account associated. And if so, you can now advertise to them. So these are some examples of some ads. So think about your contacts, the people who do click on your business page, who people click on your website, click on your landing pages, wherever you're marketing. And now it's, you know how normally you try and communicate with people, right? Through emails and stuff. Well, what if you don't have their email? What if you don't have their phone number? How do you communicate with them? And let's say you do have their phone number or email. Great. How often are you able to communicate with them with their email and phone number? Well, this is how you do it. You can use the pixeling. You can use your custom audience to upload your contacts and then get your ads, your message. I call them ads. I call them follow-up ads, right? Because it's just like you send an email to follow up, or you send a postcard, or you call, or whatever you're doing to follow up. Let's follow up with ads. Here's some examples.
You know what, Wesley? If you tell really good stories in your follow-up ads, kind of like now, again, you really just want to connect the dots for people, because not everybody knows the process of purchasing a home. Not everybody knows the process of selling a home, right? This is how you build a brand. You know, we talk about this all the time. Like, most great agents, let's just use Tristan for example, Tristan Armuda, because he's our friend. He's a great agent, sells a lot of properties, and has done a phenomenal job branding. Do you know what real estate brokerage he's with, Wesley? No, you don't. You don't, because he's done such a phenomenal job branding himself. He doesn't have to. He can go work anywhere he wants to. He's done such a phenomenal job of branding himself. People are going to reach out to him organically. So, like, there's a gal in our marketplace, got a real easy name to remember, been a top producing agent for a long, long time, decided to go from a solo agent to a team, changed the name, changed the brand, changed everything. And people, like, when you call them back and say, hey, this is Charlie Brown calling from Charlie Brown's real estate team in property management, people get confused. And remember, a confused mind will always say no. So let's eliminate the confusion, right? If you got a great name, like we'll say Bryce. Bryce is a great name. That should be your brand, Bryce.
So let me elaborate on that a little bit too. Let me go back to my shared screen. And some people are asking, like, how do you do this? Our product does it very easily. You can have all this set up today, you know, and with you going through our product, it probably only takes, like, from order to going through the steps is like 15, 20 minutes, you know. It's very, very fast. But anyway, And there's a link in there, I believe Tessa put, if you're interested. But anyway, so the other cool thing about when you're using follow-up ads is the lifespan is basically almost forever, right? I mean, you could technically let it run and run and run and run and run. Just run forever. They'll just see that thing over and over again. Of course, I recommend like changing it out here and there or mixing up with new ones, especially with the holidays coming up. This is a great time to actually get this type of ad out there, because now you could put I know a lot of you send out Christmas cards and a lot of you send out holiday greetings and things like that. Well, what if you also had a video, right? And everything was kind of coordinated. So when you sent your email, they also were seeing your ads. Or if they missed your email, right, they still see your ads, that kind of thing. And then like Stephen was talking about, you have the branding. Well, by them recognizing your name, and that activates your RAS. If you're not familiar, that's the reticular activating system. If you have a white BMW, you see the white BMW right away, right? Because that's your RAS. It's telling you. And there's a bunch of questions here. So I just opened the Q&A, so I'll get that. So imagine though, with your Bryce or your Scott or whatever, like if they keep seeing your name, they keep seeing you, they keep seeing your ads. When you do send an email, it's going to stand out because they're like, oh, I recognize that name, right? They see that on a caller ID. Oh, I recognize that name. You essentially become a celebrity to your own customers and your prospects. So I'm going to answer some questions. Oh, and that's basically the top of mind that we're talking about. So I just have a few minutes here. For those of you who are interested, I'll tell you a little bit about our platform. I'm also going to go through a few Q&A as I'm doing that.
Wesley, you want to put your phone number, someone get the link or the
There's
link?
a link.
Well, no, not your phone number.
Okay, yeah. No, there's a link in there. If someone has questions, I could put the number to the office. Absolutely. So if there's questions you guys had, but there's also the phone number is listed on that link. So if you have the link there, then you can you can call and get that question through that link, I believe. And I'll post the phone number too, just in case. 985. I thought Steve wanted me to put my phone number. I was like, no, I can't take the calls right now.
We've learned our lesson that way.
All right. So question, can a list be uploaded to a CRM? Does it have to be done individually? No, you can just upload it into for Facebook, it's a bit of a pain. You would have to Google or go to YouTube and look up how to set up retargeting lists on Facebook. You do have to set up a business manager. Some of you may have one already. Some of you may not. That's going to take you a while. That's why I created this, because I was like, dude, no one's going to if you're not tech savvy, no one's going to be able to use this awesome strategy. We got to make this super simple so you can do it. Click, click, click. And then boom, you've got the strategy, right? Someone is asking, are you able to use the custom audiences or advertising with the fair housing laws? Absolutely. Absolutely. As long as you mark your ads as housing, then Facebook does its thing and it will take care of the privacy, not just the privacy. It's more about the discrimination. That's more what they're concerned about. So it will add those limitations. Obviously, if you're using custom audiences to try and get around that and circumvent the processes, then that's going to get you in trouble. So you don't want to do that by buying lists and trying to, create false retargeting or customer audiences. Makes sense?
I always think it's funny is especially in this profession, why do we try to think we can outsmart Facebook? They'll never catch me. They're a lot smarter than we are. They are. Just follow their instructions and their rules, and you too can be that Facebook popular community go-to agent.
All right. So exactly. Right. And so I like this photo because it's oh my God, I can't believe there's a way to do all this. So I'm going to just show you real quick because we're running out of time. But if this is something that you are interested in, we do have a LabCoatAgents promotion that we've put together there. If you find that it would be helpful for you to get these, basically your follow-up ads, your messaging in front of everyone. The cool thing is we pretty much have the ads already written for you. So it's very easy. You don't have to really do much. Our platform makes it very, very easy because we have something called an easy ad creator, which allows you to create your follow-up ad in just a couple minutes. So these are some screenshots where basically these are like, it's like a wizard. You just choose like, where do you want them to go when they click on your ad? Messenger, your Facebook page, your or just basically build likes, or do you want to go to your website if you have one? And then from there, we actually have pre-written ad copy that you can start with. So you don't have to like come up with your own. You can do your own stuff, or you can, write your own thing. That's completely fine. Some people do that. Some people have videos they want to share. Some people have market reports they want to share. Some people have content they've already created or have posted on their page. But it's like, take that stuff that you've been posting on your page, take the good stuff and make it into a follow-up ad so people actually see it instead of just like the 7 people who saw it the first time, right? Now you can make sure everybody sees it. And yeah, Susie mentioned she's tried to figure out installing Pixel and it's so difficult. She couldn't figure out how to do it. It is hard because even sometimes I have trouble going into Facebook and like, where the hell's the Pixel? How do I get it? It's in there. You could probably find a YouTube video how to do it. But again, it's just kind of a pain. With this, all that goes away because guess what? We take care of the Pixel for you. Our system sets it up. It creates it. It gives it to you. I'll show you in a second. But basically, yeah, you do this, type your headline, pick a photo you want to use, and you're done. You submit that. It goes to our team. And we use the power of our LinkU AI human technology to basically take the ad, make some adjustments to it, and then our human team, we always use our human team to review it, just to make sure everything's good. And then we send you a preview for you to approve. Pretty cool. So you get all of that. It's easy ad creator, all that stuff. And plus, if you wanted to, you can actually integrate it or sync it with most CRMs, or make it so like when leads come in, they could be automatically added to your retargeting audiences automatically. So that's really cool. And then you can always upload them too using an Excel file or CSV, however you have it. We make it very easy for you to upload your contacts. And if you're really, again, if you're like, I don't know how to do that, guess what? We can do it for you. So you have 2 options. You can upload it yourself, or you can have LinkU do it for you. And you just give us a list and then we take care of the formatting and uploading for you. So if you ever got stuck on uploading lists because your formatting was off or some column was wrong or something crazy, you can do that. You can also link it so it's all automatically syncing with Facebook and your contacts and all through LinkU. And then your ad will be seen weekly, multiple times throughout the month, over and over again. And the best part, it works with virtually any lead or any CRM or any lead generation platform. So that's pretty much the system. Oh, also, you'll see everything you're going to get on that list on the link. The link also, we'll post it again, has the pricing and everything. So super cheap. And then also in that pricing, you also get access to all our training. You get access to the LinkU Success Club with Steven and I. So I'm going to fast forward through this because I know we're a little bit out of time. LinkU is going to have a monthly report so you can see how many people are seeing your ad, how often are they seeing your ad. You'll get updates from us when we suggest you should change it or different content ideas. In fact, my team right now is writing up the ads, content, the copy, and giving image suggestions for the holidays. So then you don't have to come up with your own if you have trouble coming up with stuff, right? Our team does that. We give you the options. You just choose from it from a list. Mm-hmm. We have awesome support, email. We have a video library. We have phone support, all that. You get all this stuff. Oh, I didn't even mention that. You get the Instagram too. So if you're not on Instagram, this solves it. You don't need to be on Instagram. These follow-up ads will actually appear on both Facebook and Instagram, and you don't need an Instagram page. You don't need to know anything about Instagram, but now you can have an Instagram presence by simply having the LinkU platform working for you. There's no additional ad spend or budget required, any of that. So this is everything you get. You get I don't have time to go through this whole thing. If you need a page, I'm sure all of you have a Facebook page, but if you needed one, we could definitely get one set up for you. That would be included. All of that comes with it. A cover image. If you don't like your cover image because it's ugly or looks unprofessional, we can create that for you as well. I had mentioned about the lists. If you don't know how to do it, we can upload it and format it for you. Installing your pixel. Someone had mentioned, hey, I've tried to figure that out. I don't know how to install the pixel to my website. I'm not tech savvy in that way. Well, with this platform, with this special specifically, we're including that cost within the program. So normally that costs extra to have us install and test the pixel for you. That's going to be included. So you're getting all of this stuff. So far, retail value is over $4,000 or $5,000. And then the other stuff I'm going to throw in, I don't have time to get into it, but we also are going to include my Pixel Profits training. It teaches you, some people are saying, how do I get my Facebook friends on my personal page? How do I pick the trick, not the trick, the little hack, I guess Steven talked about earlier about pixeling people strategically. That stuff is all talked about in the Pixel Profits training, where I go over that, how you can get people from your personal page to like and get pixeled on your business page so that they could start seeing your follow-up ads, even if you don't have their contact information and even if they never clicked on any of your websites. We also go into listing promotions, how you can generate leads and grow your pixeled audience and retargeting audience with qualified buyers and sellers by using listings as a lead magnet to bring them in. And our tool and our program comes with the landing pages. So it makes it very easy for you to create these if you wanted to use these in your follow-up ads. For example, we have clients who use the home value page. Like, hey guys, if you want to get the value of your tool, it's absolutely free using my home value tool, get the value of your home. We give you that here. That tool is absolutely free. The listing promotion page, all that stuff. So there's everything you get. There's the retail value. This is like, would it be worth it if it just did these things? Yeah, absolutely. Right? How many more referrals, repeat transactions? How much have you lost by not having something like this in place? And today for LabCoatAgents, we're doing that for the $9.97. And she put, don't use that link. So I'll exit that link. Use the link in the chat that she had put. But the other thing I just wanted to throw in as well is Steven and I do classes without offers at the end, but we do all kinds of training called our Success Club. And that's where we go into, like yesterday, we were talking about a little deeper on those posts, how to create those posts on Facebook to be more organic, kind of the mindset behind creating those results and things like that. So we're every single week at 11 a.m. Tuesdays, we talk about stuff like that. We give you those kind of advanced strategies. And then we also show you how to use the LinkU platform to execute those strategies. Because sometimes you learn the strategy, but then you don't really have the tool to go and do it, right? You don't have the tool to go and implement or execute the strategy. And so you end up a little bit stuck, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, one last thing. And then I believe I'm pretty much done. And we'll do some Q&A. Is if for we have a few of these, we have these boxes. They're welcome kits. If you like the sold shirt, for the first 25 people, we will I'll make sure you get that. I don't think we'll have any issue running out or anything as long as you got your order in today. But yeah, you get the shirt, you get the welcome kit. We've got some really cool goodies and stuff in there for you. So that's just kind of a fast action bonus to help you make up your mind faster if it's something you are interested in. All right, Q&A.
I think we got most of it.
I think we did get most of it. And one of the other questions was, okay, you said we shouldn't post business on our personal page, but it appears that we can only post to our created group list on our personal page, not business page. Yeah. So when we say don't post business on your page, more what I'm saying is don't be like salesy flyers,
just listed.
Yeah, just list like things that are just very
check out my new
promotional
listing
content. You want to create things that have, I mean, you could, with Bryce put that with the intent of getting leads, but also with the intent to help. So the way I always say is like, put it up with the intent to deliver value as your first reason. If that's the first reason, your second reason could be, okay, this is going to deliver value no matter what, right? And the second reason is maybe there's a call to action, like even this training, right? I want to make sure that you guys got some really good value, some stuff you can use, because I want you to get value from this regardless if you buy our product or you use any of our stuff. And that's going to be always my first thing is, I don't care if I sell one thing. If I don't sell anything, that's fine. The most important thing is everyone gets value. Because if I come up here just selling, you're going to be like, this isn't helpful. You're not going to show anymore. You're not going to want to watch this trainings. Same with your social media. If anyone could tell me one reason that putting a just listed is value first, it's not. You can't, how would you justify that a just sold or just listed is value first? If it's not value first, then consider redoing it. How can it be value first? All right. And that's how you want to go about your business and personal, or your business post on your personal page. If you can change public posts to say friends only, does that action eliminate non-friend comments and reactions? I don't think so, if it's already on there. What if someone tags you in a photo? Can you filter who sees it? I put a link earlier to the Facebook article. You can limit who's allowed to tag you. You can, yeah, there's permissions for all of that stuff. Yes. Drew, if other agents from groups are invited, the key now is a group, then restrict personal invite to your business page only. So if other agents, I don't know what you mean by from groups, but let's just say I invited other agents, I would probably categorize them as real estate agents, right? On my list. And then when I could invite them to my business page as well, that's fine. That's definitely an option for you. But if I have my agents as separate lists, well, now I can exclude them or include them in whatever post I'm doing on my personal page. And that would just depending on the time. Like if I'm posting like, oh, I don't want anyone to know about this, I don't want my competitors to know, then I might exclude them from that post. If it's something very, very specific to the agents and not really relevant to my other friends, then in that case, I might create a post and only send it so that it only goes to my agent friends and nobody else.
There is no way for someone to join your business page.
No, that's not true. So your business page, anyone could join. All business pages are public. So everything you post on your business page is all public. Just keep that in mind. Everything on your business page is public. The idea here was how you can also use your personal page, because with the personal page, you still have that organic reach. With the personal page, you still have the organic, so you're going to get more reach as opposed to the business page where it doesn't get very much reach unless you put money behind it. And that's where we were talking about the follow-up ads, how to get your business page reach. And then how do you kind of like start crossing them? That might be getting a little advanced. So one step at a time, but yeah, hopefully that helps. And I think that might be about it on the questions. There was one other thing. If you guys are interested in the follow-up ads program, I do offer a guarantee, which is if you don't feel that you received a minimum of 10x value or 10x your investment with us, then we'll give you another year absolutely free. And that's in your complete discretion. It's not like I decide if it was valuable to you or not. It's completely, your discretion if you think it was valuable. And then this is just everything basically that it comes with. So the digital follow-up ads for Facebook, the digital follow-up ads for Instagram, you have the Facebook business page and cover image if you don't have one or want a new one. You have the contact list cleanup and import service where we handle that for you, the Pixel installation assistance and testing, the Pixel Profits training bundle, the lead gen landing pages software, and this is actually the Success Club Mastermind and Accountability Club. So it's more like strategy, stuff like that. So that's everything you're going to get. There's two options. You could do the annual for $9.97, or you can do monthly with $97 a month and a small $99 onboard fee to get you going. And again, that would allow you to get all your messages and your ads ready for the holidays, get that in front of them, and then go beyond, again, just go beyond your friends list or your Facebook business page likes and expand into other people who have engaged with you or other people who have engaged with your Facebook page. This doesn't go out to just strangers, because then it wouldn't be follow-up. Those are just ads. So any other questions about any of the, so it looks like we're out of time. Thank you for everybody for joining us today on the training. I hope you are able to go and put those lists together and start following up with your past clients and your client or your SOI using Facebook and the lists. If there's any questions, we posted our number. The website also was posted in the chat as well. And I'll post it one more time. And that's it. So thank you very much, everyone, for attending today. And we're glad to be with you. Enjoy.